Well, hold on a second. All right, there we go. All right, that took a little bit, but nonetheless, welcome back everybody to Phoenix League Australia Main Division Grand Finals, by the way, between Little Piggies and Dusk Esports. These two teams, they met up, in the semifinals, if I'm not mistaken, in the upper bracket. Little Pigs, of course, they came away with a victory and they booked their ticket to the Grand Finals. Dusk Esports, they had to fight their way through the lower bracket just for only for one series. Let me go check if I can pull up the playoffs here. So yep, so Dusk Esports, they had to defeat Team No Name and they beat them 2-0 to have this finals rematch against Little Piggies. So now we're gonna have a very interesting series here. There was a little bit of a trash talk exchange towards the end of the first time that these two teams met up, but we'll see if the bad blood's gonna carry over here. So Little Pigs, Dusk Esports, they had a really good series in the upper bracket finals. It was 2-1 in favor of Little Pigs, but this time things can change. A lot of things can change. So Little Pigs are gonna be banning out the Shadow Demon, the Ursa, the Omni Knight, as well as the Lina. By the way, I'm going to do a little bit of a solo cast for the moment. No one here really is available for today's cast, sadly. So hopefully they're all safe and sound. But still, show must go. Show must go on. So Dusk Esports, they're gonna ban out the Underlord and they're going to be picking up the Sand King, while Little Pigs, they're gonna be picking up the Wind Ranger themselves. Interesting pick here. So Sand King, of course, one of those heroes that's rare in the meta. You know, the Sandstorm Shroud, the Invis, as well as the Dust Devil. They ban out the Underlord here, so I really feel like the Sand King will probably go for the Dust Devil facet. That being, the Sandstorm will follow him around, even though he won't say Invis, no, but taking out the Underlord is a really good sign that he will opt for the non-Invis talent. So getting rid of the roots is really something. Little Pigs, they'll ban out the Ember Spirit. Dusk Esports, they're gonna ban out the Prophet as well as a Primal Beast. If I'm not mistaken, Primal Beast is a specialty pick. Curious to see what these. I'm actually really curious to see what this Wind Ranger pick is going to be end up becoming here for Little Pigs. I mean, Wind Ranger 1 has been very, very popular, but they first phase picked it, so it wants to make me think that this could go on the other side lanes, not being a pos 1. There's a potential for this to be a pos 2, 3, and a 4. Of course, Wind Ranger with the Whirlwind talent, if I'm not mistaken. Very strong in the lane as well. So if they want to try to continue, if the Sand King will be pos 3, he won't really have an easy time against a Wind Ranger pos 1. So Kunkka will be picked up by Little Pig, so we don't really see a whole lot of Kunkka. Even though the patch did buff him slightly a little bit. They did take away Torrent Storm, but does have the Admiral's Rum as an ability now.
5 seconds remaining.
Dusk Esports now on the board for their next ban. Or sorry, for their next pick. So seeing that there is a Kunkka here, I would like to see Dusk Esports pick up a more burst heavy team comp. Just so that because these long drawn out fights will really favor Little Pigs, especially with the Wind Ranger and the Kunkka. That Wind Ranger can go in any position. And Treant Protector, I think, is a pretty okay answer for the Wind Ranger. When she activates Wind Run, you do have that overgrowth to try to lock her down, but I really feel like they need some kind of a burst hero here.
10 seconds remaining.
Because there's no way that they're going to be winning a long drawn out fight against Little Pigs at the moment here with the Wind Ranger plus the Kunkka. Trying to think on the top of my head right now what you would want in this one. Part of me wants maybe a Queen of Pain here on Dusk Esports. I mean, laning wise, going up against a Konka, it will be challenging, but later on in the game, maybe the Dagon plus the Sonic Wave will prove to be very useful.
Mirana.
Mirana on the Dusk Esports lineup. So Mirana 1 has been being picked up here as a POS 1. Of course, Mirana POS 1 relies on the damage output as the universal hero. So usually Gleipnir is the pickup on Mirana, Maelstrom as well, Jakiro on the side of Little Pig. So that really emphasizes on what Little Pigs wants this draft. And they're really picking out heroes that can really have stall out these fights. They have the Kunkka with the Ghost Ship. He has the Admiral Rum as well. Even has a Torrent as well. Wind Ranger has the Wind Run. Obviously with the Shackle Shot. Has a Focus Fire to focus down any of the heroes. Or even could go for the other facet, which is the, I believe, Whirlwind, if I'm not mistaken. Then they also pick up the Jakiro, Macropire as well as Dual Breath, and even the Ice Path to really stall out these fights. So Little Pigs, they have a clear vision. Little Pigs. Snapfire will be the pickup. Alright. Oh, Dusk Esports. They're gonna pick instantly and they're gonna pick up the Rubik. Oh boy. Rubik into a Jakiro. That does not look good if you're Little Pigs. Once that Rubik gets the hold of the Ice Path, you might as well kiss your fight goodbye. And I really feel like Rubik is going to be the X factor this series, or rather this game. Timbersaw will be banned out here by Dusk Esports. So what is Little Pigs missing out on here? Potentially, they're going to be missing out on an off lane or a mid laner. So they ban out the OD. Really good ban. As for Dusk Esports, they're missing a mid laner or an off laner. They could throw that Sand King into the mid lane if they really want to. In all honesty, if that is a Kunkka mid lane for Little Pigs, I don't see why not you put the Sand King as well in the mid lane. They both really can't kill each other, so why not let the Sand King stay mid, get the farm up, get that fast Blink Dagger. Little Pigs will ban out the Sniper. Very annoying hero in this patch, sure. He's being used mostly as a pause 4 though, with the Shrapnel facet, but might as well take it out. Dusk Esports, their final ban.
10 seconds.
So what should round out the bans here for Dusk Esports? I mean, they do ban out the Viper, so these two heroes can restall things out. And Doom on Dusk Esports. I'm feeling they're going to be going Doom mid with this one. We saw Doom mid from Dusk Esports previously against Team No Name. It was a little bit rocky in the laning phase, but they were able to make it work out in the end. They did beat Team No Name 2-0 onto that one. Little Pigs, their final pickup here. Who should they go for? Seeing that this comp is a very stall heavy comp, and really the Rubik plus the Doom really puts a fork in their plans, because Doom obviously does have the Doom which negates healing. They also have the Rubik to steal the Ice Path potentially. I can't really think of any heroes that can really stall out these fights, or maybe there is just someone I'm not looking at here. Maybe a Storm Spirit or one of the Spirit heroes to start the playmaking, in all honesty. They put the Kunkka in the offlane, and they have a playmaking mid laner. Maybe even a Puck. Could work out. Unironically right now, maybe even a Queen of Pain, just to try to set the tempo right. Legion Commander, so it's going to be a mid Kunkka most definitely, and Legion Commander will be going to pause 3 roll. So Plutowski on the Mirana, Night Song on that Doom, so that should be a mid Doom if I'm not mistaken. Komugi. And actually, Ashe could be the mid laner here. They've been flexing it around a lot. lineups are now locked in for these two teams. Grand finals between these two. Alright, so it's gonna be a +1 Wind Ranger. So if I'm not mistaken, Moonsilver should be the mid laner and BTM will be the off laner. Oh, by the way, I'm going to have a co-caster in a couple of more minutes. I'm going to be having White Glint join me as the color commentator here. So thankfully somebody was able to answer my cry for help for a co-caster here. Because I feel like this series really is going to be wild from the get-go. Knowing that there could be potentially some bad blood between these two teams as well. And looking at their lineups, really, it's such a punch-counter-punch. The Rubik and the Doom pick is just really good here for Dusk Esports to counter what Little Pigs was trying to go for. That with the Kunkka and the Wind Ranger, and that was stalling out the fight, dragging it out, really. But now with the Rubik and Doom, they're gonna have to play their cards even more carefully. All right. Game number 1 between these two teams. The best that Australia has to offer in the main division. Little Piggies and Dusk Esports. Now we're going to be looking at the lineups here. On the Radiant side, we have the Little Piggies here. BTM on the Legion Commander, Moonsilver on the Kunkka, Slanderous on the Jakiro, J-Bud on the Wind Ranger, and Zil on that Snapfire. Meanwhile, on the Dire side, we're going to have Nightsong on the Doom, Ash on the Sand King, Cruel on the Rubik, Potoski on the Mirana, and Kamugi on that Treant Protector. And now, a very early smoke gank here being attempted. The 5-man smoke movement here by the Little Pigs. Looks like they're going to be steering very clear. They do spot out the Treant Protector though. They don't want to try to push their pace, push their luck. Does not look like they want to. Meanwhile, on the side of Dusk Esports, they're going to be taking over the bottom side of the runes.
30 seconds to battle.
So no combat just yet. So it looks like it's going to be a mid Sand King with these items. Yep, definitely going to be mid Sand King. So this time it's going to be a Doom offlane. Now we have a Mexican standoff between both these two teams. And, oh, I think my co-caster just arrived. Hello. Alright, why don't you introduce yourself real quick while the game is still ongoing. Oh wait, sorry, hold on. Give me one quick second. I actually don't have my Discord audio set. Good thing I caught that out real quick. Alright,
Sorry for the delay.
Alright, no, it's all good. Alright, sorry, introduce yourself again.
I'm White Glint. I'm one of the captains for Upper Division, and I'm here to help Anno out with a bit of analysis as I'm just loading into the game. Sorry for the delay. Hopefully we can give a good show for the viewers.
Yep. Thank you for joining me, White Glint. And this is the first time we're actually casting with each other. I'm really excited for this one. And by the way, I was wrong with the Kunkka mid pickup. So BTM going mid Legion and Kunkka going the offlane. What are your thoughts on that, White Glint?
That's very cool. This is not something I would see in Upper, so I'm very glad to get to watch it, honestly.
Yeah, engagement here, mid lane, BTM taking on Ash, Sandstorm, both very low right now. Really just duking it out here in the mid lane. And the Legion Commander, by the way, going for Spoils of War facet.
Ah, so he's trying to buff up his Wind Ranger and his maybe Kunkka and Snapfire a little bit, depending on if they get hits in.
Oh yeah, that's true. And you
I
can
quite
even
like this Legion as well, sorry.
It's
very good at man fighting. Very, very good at man fighting. So the Sand King's really weak in the early levels and will just win the trades against Sand King.
Yeah, that's true. And you know, you don't even really need to get a right click off as the Wind Ranger. You just one simple power shot can just easily get you free dual damage wins. Bonus
Of
damage,
course.
sorry.
Nuh-uh.
And
So
she has
what?
whirlwind, so she'll get hits off as well.
Oh, yep. That's a facet everyone's been focusing on. So, Glint, tell us a little about yourself, and you know, just a little bit of a small introduction since we're both new to each other.
I've played Dota for about 10 years now. Started in May 2013. I've been played in all the B tier teams of the Oz scene over the years, and honestly, just like to have fun with Dota. I love the Captain's Mode draft. The Jakira's taking damage up top.
Beautiful torrent.
Almost got caught out, yeah.
Dire's top tower is under
But yeah,
attack.
I really have a passion for the game, and I'm glad that the Phoenix games are all casted and really brings like more life back to the community. Because after we lost AEF a couple years ago, sadly, it kind of slumped back a little bit.
Courier has been
Uh oh,
killed.
Courier gets sniped. Cruel. Zeal. Man fight.
Just got
Zeal will fall down. J-Bud will get the trade off. That's a Courier plus first blood on that Rubik. Oh, and the support tiff.
And the pause.
No, there's a door. All right, someone has answered the door.
Tell me this did not just happen.
Uber has arrived on Zeal.
I'm not too familiar with these teams. Could you break it down for me? Do we have a favorite here? Do we have expectations?
Well, right now, these two teams, for a little bit of context, Little Piggies, I think, if I'm not mistaken, they're the top team of main division, and they beat Dusk Esports in the upper bracket finals to get to the grand finals. And Dusk Esports, they had to beat Team No Name to get to the grand finals. So there's a little bit of a rematch in the bracket finals. But if I'm not mistaken, let me go double check the bracketing here. So top of the main division was Lil Piggies. So Dusk Esports, they were fourth on their group stage.
Okay.
Yep, that's about it. But they did win their tiebreakers actually. So technically they're second.
Okay.
So the top two teams are facing off here in the grand final. So that's about all, as much context as we're gonna get here between these two
Okay.
teams.
It looks really close to begin with, and I want to say these two drafts, on paper, I'd probably put them quite close in power leveling as well between each other. I really do quite like the Kunkka for Radiant, and I'm a big fan of the Sand King mid for Dire, so we'll just have to see how they go past the laning phase, but this is looking good. It's looking very
Yep,
good.
mid lane, a lot of harassment there on the BTM. But Glint, like what I was saying, during the drafting phase, while I was watching Lil Pigs draft their lineup, so first pick was the Wind Ranger into the Kunkka, right? And the last two picks for Dusk Esports, it was a really good pickup. It was a Rubik and Doom to round off their draft. And I felt like Lil Pigs had a really strong draft, but ever since Dusk picked up the Rubik plus the Doom, I really feel like from a one-sided draft, it's now even. If not, I think it would slightly favor Dusk. Wouldn't you say so?
Yeah, this Rubik pick is nasty. There are a lot of good steals here, and a lot of them are quite easy to get. Plus, with the AoE increase from the Rubik facet, we could have some massive ghost ships counter-initiating. There's so many wonderful options here for Dusk.
Yeah, exactly.
It's,
And
it's their
dive
game to execute.
yep, dive attempt there. Looks like Night Song's just gonna do a little tickle damage there onto Zeal. BTM in mid lane, you're taking on that Sand King, like what I mentioned. Pretty even in terms of CS and denies, in all honesty. So, despite him taking a lot of harassment, he's doing quite well for
Dire's
himself.
structures are fortified.
It's good fortify from the Sand King. There's going to be a lot of damage done to Legion.
Oh,
here.
they're gonna man fight this one. BTM, I think he's dead. Yeah, he's gonna get
Yes,
solo
him.
killed.
Middle tower is under attack.
And the tip by Ash. You thought so, BTM. He's the first death there in the mid lane.
It's a bit rough.
Middle tower
A bit
is
rough
under
indeed.
attack.
The Rubik's also making stacks for either the Doom or the Sand King. We're going to start to see a bit of a trajectory where the Sand King's just going to pick up speed. Now we can start jungling with the Sandstorm following around, and
Top
it's only
side.
going to get faster.
Uh-oh. Kunkka's a little bit trapped there. Torrent will catch out Komugi. There's gonna be the X marks. That's gonna be a lot of damage on top of Komugi. Does not have any follow-up damage though. Dual Breath lands on top of Platoski. Oh, slow damage. Moonsilver will pick up the kill onto Komugi. And but Platoski, that's a mouthful there. But Platoski finds Slanderous there as the exchange.
The tree armor did so much work there. It kept him alive for so much longer and actually leads to the Mirana getting the return kill, which is really good for the carry. Solo EXP, not losing too many resources in the
Think so.
at the same time.
Yep. So, what do you think about this one, Glint? Do you think that do you have a team that you favor in this game specifically? A lineup?
Whoa. It's tough because both these drafts, I think it will kind of come down to execution. I personally prefer the keep it simple, stupid philosophy where you have a draft that always works all the time, no matter what. That's why I love the Sand King mid. It's honestly it's brain dead, and that's the genius of it. You don't have to do anything special apart from land a stun.
Yeah,
Your
indeed.
spells are such massive AOE, it just works every time.
Top side, there was a gank attempt there by Zeal. They were not able to get that catch off. I think the Snapfire Cookie did not connect, if I'm not mistaken. So Potowski stays alive, and also shout out to Living Armor, keeping Potowski alive.
Yeah, this insane amount of armor in the like even level 1 it's 4 and it just scales up to 10. It's absolutely insane.
Oh, hold on.
Underrated spell.
Might have spoken a little bit too soon, but here comes the cavalry! Arriving right now from Dusk Esports, the whole 5-man unit! They want the smoke, they want to see Potowski! Moonsilver gets taken down, Avengers assemble! My goodness.
The double bracer gave him the HP to survive there. That's crazy. As like expensive rotation though, this will cost the other lanes a little bit, but focusing on the Mirana is not a bad thing. You gotta make sure she gets off to a good start.
Yep. LC will happily take this mid wave, you know, and Wisdom Rune, by the way, uh-oh. Both taken away. Little Piggies take both Wisdom Runes in the early minute.
Yeah, stolen by the Wind Ranger. That could be very important. This could leave Dire's supports to be very underleveled. Like Rubik's level 3 at 7 minutes. He just got 4. It's gonna be a bit rough for him.
It's gonna be more than rough there. Slanderous has to be very careful. Jump there by the Mirana, Starstorm, Torrent. Try to stall things out. Potowski does not have the mana to continue this one though, as well as the cooldowns. Moonsilver, they're happy to continue this fight though. Komugi, Dual Breath will hits onto both. Liquid Fire. Moonsilver looking for an angle here, just will not be able to get it. Mid lane, Zeal will be stealing away that rune. Level 8 though on the Sand King. He does have the stun. He does have an epicenter as well, actually. Uses a stinger, but nonetheless, Ash turns around, gets the kill. There's gonna be an epicenter, gonna be channeled up. It's gonna get cancelled. Cruel will make his rotation down here. Will not be able to get the catch on to BTM though. Dusk Esports outmaneuvering Little Pigs here in the first 8 minutes of this game so far.
They've gotten off to an insanely good start on all their lanes. Even the Doom, who starts off a bit slowly, he's still going to get what he needs from the laning phase. It's all going to come down to this Kunkka. I've seen this, Moonsilver's played like the last 3 or 4 little like micro engagements insanely well here. If Kunkka can land their spells, it's going to make or break the mid game for Radiant.
Oh, hold on. J-Bud uses the Twin Gates up top, but the ward did spot him out though. So it looks like Mirana as well as Treant Protector will be playing this one safe. Komugi
I'm not a
sticking around.
massive fan of the Mirana +1 personally, but I do like the leap, making it very hard to gank, very survivable. We have an engagement top behind the tier 1.
Komugi, very, very dead. Ice Path will catch out Night Song. Here comes the boat going through. Doom will be used there on the Wind Ranger. Can they run down this Wind Ranger? Looks like they can. Dual Breath will come out though, but the damage, it's a little bit too much for J-Bud to handle. He will take out most definitely. Oh, what HP? How is he alive? Oh, the Scorched Earth finds a kill out to J-Bud. Cookie forward. Can they try to get Night Song at the very least? It's going to be a good one. Night Song gets a double kill. 2-for-1 special by Night Song. And Moonsilver getting hit up by Potowski thanks to the Solar Flare. And the disconnection from Mirana.
Maybe
no.
Potowski couldn't get into the fight because he was disconnecting. Because I was wondering why the Mirana wasn't like coming in and cleaning up. There was at least 4 heroes on less than like 200 HP at the same time. The Doom does get the last kill on the Snapfire though. Oh,
I mean, that's true. I mean, huge one by Night Song. 2-for-1 special. Oh, so far you only lose the Treant Protector, but he's already back now.
I thought the last tick of Doom would have got him, but he got him with the Scorched Earth instead, which is same thing, I guess, but I'm not sure how that works. Could it be the facet where it's not a full second, so he doesn't get the last tick?
It says Impending Doom, I think. I'm not. Yeah, it's Impending Doom, so it's less damage.
Yeah.
Wrong solution, right answer. Moonsilver getting chased right now. Meanwhile, LC dies solo. Didn't even use the epicenter there. Moonsilver still getting chased up top here. Potoski, Torrent gonna be used. Gonna be missing out though. Potoski does not have any more cooldowns to chase this Kunkka. 4-8 though. Dusk Esports running away with it at the moment.
Yeah, it's only going to get worse. The Legion was supposed to beat the Sand King in lane, but I think he made a little bit of a mistake in the early couple levels and maybe gave away too much EXP or just like one kill that he shouldn't have. And now it's just free farm for Ashe. This guy's massive and he's only going to pull further and further ahead.
800 gold lead here by Ashe. The next highest is the Kunkka. That's an offlaner. I mean, J-Bud, 3.9k, and Night Song is going to be 4.3k. Smoke movement here. Looks like they want to try to get a dual win here on this Legion Commander. They want to try to help out J-Bud. Night Song sticking around though.
They're going for the Doom, but he's playing in a very defensive position.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, the
Push
initiation.
forward. They want the smoke. Yeah, it looks like they should be able to get this one. Duel, not going to be enough.
Oh no.
I mean, J-Bud does get the kill at the very least, but it's not enough to get the dual wins.
Is that the last of them?
You hate to see it when it's just half a second and he just misses the duel.
Yeah, such a shame. I mean, shout out to
Still-
the infused raindrops as well.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Still, it's a good kill. These are the kind of like fights they need to get these skirmishes happening on the side lanes, these pickoffs. If they get a couple more and they get enough levels on the supports, they're able to collapse on top of the Kunkka top and get the tier 1 to kick the game off.
So Glint, you know, as an upper division captain, right? If you're on Lil Piggies right now and you know that the Sand King is about to really pop off, he has a Blink Dagger now, by the way. What was your game plan now around this Sand King that's probably going to start destroying you?
So, Sand King's a little bit of a weird hero. So, once, obviously, you race to level 7 to get Sandstorm maxed, and that's all your farming capped out. You get the phase boots, but if you look at him now, right, he only has 1500 HP, 12 armor, no magic resist. The only real defensive thing he has is the Blink and the Seeds of Serenity, which he was lucky enough to pick up. So, he can still be burst. I don't know how much I like Sand King's rushing the Blink like this. He's really going to have to do a perfectly executed fight, whereas if you pick up the Bloodstone early, it gives you 500 health, it makes all your AoEs bigger, it gives you a healing factor and a way to kind of save yourself. If he goes in and overcommits, could just get caught out here and die, which could be disastrous, and it does look like they're going to use the Sand King to trade towers. I think they really want to take a fight here on Dusk.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, it looks like they want the tier 1 tower at the very least, but it looks like Lil Pigs, they're gonna leave this tower high and dry as there's nobody around in the bottom lane.
Tower is under attack.
This trade favors Lil Pigs.
Tower is under attack.
100%.
Top tower is gonna get taken out there by Lil Pigs.
Fallen. Radiant's bottom
Oh, they are
tower
TPing in the
Oh,
Kunkka.
hold on.
He gets
Do you want-
scouted.
Yep, they want the smoke. Moonsilver gonna get the X marks here on top of Cruel. Cruel steals away the Torrent though. Can he try to fight this one off? There's gonna be a epicenter gonna be channeled up, but there's gonna be the Doom right on top of this Kunkka. Kunkka, he was not able to use the Ghost Ship, but there's gonna be the one in the backline. He doesn't get the dual win, but they get the kill onto Ashe. That was an epicenter as well. How'd that happen? And the fight is so split up. J-Bud will find Komugi. Night Song gonna get run down here by Zeal. They have lost nothing yet so far. There's gonna be a shackle right on top of Cruel, not gonna be able to lash. But Cruel turns around! He kills off Knight's Moonsilver, but BTM blinks forward, finds Cruel himself. 3 for 1. Could have been more disastrous if it wasn't for that Rubik.
Yeah, insane steal from the Rubik. Getting the Kunkka kill is the only salvage they have for that fight, honestly. Yeah, so they scouted out with the Treant behind the tower, but then they were kind of split up on the target they went for. Like, they put the Doom on the Kunkka, and then they don't finish him off. Whirlwind on the back on the Treant, and it's just so discombobulated that Dusk couldn't get anything off together, and they don't kill anyone.
Yep, there was this ward here, by the way, Glint. Seal ward.
Oh.
Spotted out the Sand King right over there. And they get the dual win, they get the Mortimer's Kisses.
It's beautiful. That's an old ward as well, so Dusk didn't de-ward as they pushed up and took the tower, and then they lost the push war against the Kunkka Windrunner, and then they just come back and defend. Beautiful execution from
Kunkka
the
now.
Piggies. This is exactly what they need. This
Late
game's
game, by
gone
the
back
way.
to even now.
Yep, and that's what we like to see here in Phoenix Dota. Even gameplay. We want to see something more intense between these two teams. And just to give you a little heads up, Glint, there was a little bit of words exchanged the last time these two teams faced off. So Little food
Oh,
for
we got some
thought.
smack talk.
Yeah, smack talk. Uh-oh, push forward, duel right on top of this one. But the duel, will it be enough to get this kill? No duel win yet again, but they will get the
Oh,
kill. But
no.
BTM, he's gonna take out the Cruel. Jumping in right now is Nighton with a freshly bought Blink Dagger. Can he get this kill onto the Jakiro? Cruel in the backline. He's gonna get these kills onto the cores. Hold on a second. Turn of a lifetime. How'd that happen?
They full committed, but they didn't have the damage to bring down the Sand King. He only has a Voodoo Mask as well, and it's just enough to keep him going with the Seeds of Serenity.
Pushing
I don't think
forward.
they'll find Night Silver, well, sorry, Moon Silver here, but they're looking. Or they might try turn.
X marks, go ship, combo it up. Mortimer's Kisses, he should be a very, very dead Doom. Yep. Gonna get ticked out here, but the Mortimer's Kiss is stolen by Rubik. Hold on a second. Do they want to try to turn this one? Kunkka, he does not want to let this Rubik get away. He does not want to give away this Mortimer's Kisses for free, but it looks like he's gonna have to let it go. Oh, wait, hold on a second. The Ward actually spots him out. Here comes the duel. Can they get the win this time? But the turnaround with the overgrowth in the epicenter. Duel denied. Moon Silver's gonna fall down. Ash! What a triple kill. Baited perfectly. Shout out Cruel.
That is rough for little piggies. That is rough. Yeah, so I did notice the Kunkka wasn't able to land the X when the Rubik was closer to the bounty rune, and that allows him to back up far enough for Ash to just come through with the epicenter. That's a big loss for little piggies. It's a big loss.
Speaking about big losses, Glint, I think the Legion Commander's 0-4 on these duels.
Yeah, a lot of them have been really, really close. The target that he's dooming is usually dying, but he's just not getting any value out of it. That's kind of the rough part with the Blink Rush these days. The Legion really relies on his allies to put a ton of damage into the duel, and we're just not seeing the connection here, unfortunately.
Oh, it's all not over. The blink forward. There's going to be a Doom right on top of the Wind Ranger. You can't deny Doom anymore, and you will take out to that Doom. Ash and Nightsong, the Blink Dagger buddies, and they're still going for more Slanderous. He's next on the list. Can't even get the Macropyre off. Nightsong with a double kill.
They clean up the tower now. They finish what they wanted to do maybe like 3 or 4 minutes ago.
I mean, Kunkka, he's the highest net worth here on the side of Little Pigs, going for the Pipe of Insight next, but do you really want Kunkka as your highest net worth if he's not in the mid lane?
It's not bad. It's not wasted net worth. Kunkka's very efficient. Any damage he gets goes into the Tidebringer. The Ghost Ship is always good. Buying auras will really help the team. So I don't think it's the worst thing ever. They do want the Wind Ranger to be having a bit more of a successful game, but she hasn't gotten the Maelstrom until just after that death she picks it up. So now it's going to be time to whirlwind some stacks in the Radiant Ancients and get some farm going here.
Looks like the Wind Ranger will be doing just that. Gotta be getting these juicy stacks for the Wind Ranger.
Yeah, so the Whirlwind throws out so many attacks, it's like equivalent max IAS, so it just farms super quickly. Really, really good catch-up mechanic, but she will need like either a Linken's, a BKB, a Blink type item. This game's going to be a bit hard for the Wind Ranger. It's not like a cut and dry game where you just buy BKB and you're safe because of the Doom, and BKB's weak into the Blink stun initiation from Sand King, so you can't need Linken's, and she could still get caught out by the Rubik. Like, there's so many things that can go wrong here, and then you kind of want to dispel for all of Tree's abilities. It's not going to be an easy Wind Ranger game at all, so they're going to be relying on this Kunkka to be successful in starting the fights and making sure that they have a 1 or 2 hero advantage off the initiations.
Speaking of Kunkka, Cruel's all alone here on the bottom side. Does have a ward to play around here. I don't think they know that the Rubik is around here, so Rubik should be fine for now.
Rubik already has their Blink Dagger as well, actually. This is a really early Blink from Rubik. This guy is 6.4k, almost as big as the Legion.
Oh no, hold on. Slanderous gets picked off there by the Sand King. I believe an Epicenter was used for that one. LC almost dies as well, but does have the Blade Mail at the very least.
That's rough. You need so much more momentum on Legion. Otherwise, you're just not going to have any fun this game. Like, what Radiant needs to do now is they need to smoke and they need to find a pick-off on the side lane. Probably not bottom, because the Rubik's a bad target, especially with the Blink Dagger to defend themselves. Maybe if they could find Ash in mid somewhere? Like, they do have the damage, right? Actually, I could just be wrong here. They're about to pick up the Bloodstone on the Sand King.
Wow. 19
450
minutes.
extra health.
19-minute
That's
blood zone.
good.
Hold on. Duel on top. Ash, that's a lot of damage. Can I get this duel win? No, they cannot.
Oh no, again.
They get the kill though onto Ash, but again,
The kill's
maybe
good.
yeah, level 2 duel maybe.
It's just so rough. My
Unfortunate.
heart bleeds for BTM. This is just... It's so painful.
Tower is under attack.
It really hurts the heart to see an LC yet
Oh,
again.
yeah, that's the 5th time. Yeah, they're just short on damage for all this. They don't quite have the burst. Snapfire is fantastic, but the Jakiro's not... It's not front-loaded damage, right? The Snapfire drops 2 nukes, that's 600 damage instantly. The Jakiro takes like another 5 or 6 seconds to really burn people with the Macropire and the Liquid Frost and the Dual Breath, of course.
Yep. I mean, at the
But
very
we'll see
least,
who makes the
it
next move.
shows that Sand King isn't unkillable yet, you know?
You're 100% right, yeah. I want to know who's going to make like the first... Oh, here comes the first smoke move.
Here we go.
From Dusk.
Ask and you shall receive Glint. Now they're
that's
stalking
act-
through here.
You want to see like some more team fights going on because we're getting a lot of scrappy fights here. It's a good angle. It's a good move. I think the scan misses. Like,
LC still around. They want to see if they can find more. No, they will not bother. Doom right on top. LC gonna get ran down there. Slanderous gonna get stolen by the Ice Path. Max level Ice Path by the way on that Rubik. Can they try to run him down? They have an overgrowth available. They will use it. Night Song coming over. Gonna be securing that one. Ice Path yet again. Night Song with a double kill. He's now dominating. Macropire does get thrown out here, but to no effect. Uh-oh, Kunkka. Gonna get cancelled out with the Epicenter, but again the Ice Path catches him out, and here comes Watoski. Gleipnir into the arrow combo. Can he try to find his way out of here? No, he cannot. Absolutely surrounded, hounded by Dusk Esports.
Under attack.
it's looking rough for the little piggies. It's looking rough.
And that was the pipe died as well on the courier by the Kunkka.
Top tower is under attack.
Oh no.
Radiant's bottom
That's another
tower
team
is
fight
under
lost.
attack.
Losing that pipe. Oh no.
1.8k gold gain by Dusk Esports. Only 2 ultimates used there
Radiant's
in that
middle
engagement.
tower is under attack.
If they actually completed the pipe on the Kunkka, I would say,
jump
oh,
in.
they're going again.
Hold on a second! This is crazy! The 2-man Ice Path, the 3-man Ice Path there by Cruel! Holds him down in place, but there's no follow-up. Oh, that could have been something alright, Glint.
This is some good C Dota.
Oh, jump in! Potoski in a lot of trouble! Mortimer's Kisses! They finally get the dual movement, but the epicenter in the heart and soul of Little Piggies as they get absolutely shredded! Ash with a double kill! Here comes the X-Marks, though, back end, Ghost Ship as well, right on top of the Bloodstone regen! It's way too much, he hasn't even activated it yet! Snapfire's gonna get turned on, Ash! He's just not dying! This Sand King, living forever! There's gonna be a shackle, can it latch? No, it cannot, but the damage! Zeal with the little shredder shreds him.
I love this back and forth. Oh my. It's in so many like counter initiation into counter initiation. If Radiant had that pipe, it would have been clean. That would have been like 5-0 for free for them.
Yeah,
They still managed to win the
true.
fight, but insane Dota.
Yep, and just craziness there. And well, 3 cheers for Legion Commander. That's your first duel win, and best part, it's 10 damage as well on J-Bud, so all the more worth it.
Every little bit helps.
Every
helps, that's
little
for sure.
bit. BKB, by the way, Glint on that Wind Ranger. Fresh BKB.
This will help a lot, but I'm still gonna worry a little bit that Lil Piggy's gonna run into damage issues here. Dusk doesn't have a squishy lineup at all, and they actually might contest this bottom tier 1.
Yeah,
Ash TP
oh,
on tier 2.
Cruel. He's waiting for his moment to strike. He still has the Ice Path. It's gonna latch on to... Ow! No, the Wind Ranger will pop the BKB just to run away, though. They're gonna tip him up. They know they forced that one out. That's not what you want in your first BKB usage. And meanwhile, Night Song, X marks Torrent back. Oh, the Doom was actually
committed.
used. Oh,
Yeah, the Doom was committed there, but they don't get the kill. Okay, Radiant just needs to reset, and and use the smoke on the snap.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
yep, they're gonna use it here. Re-smoke. Moonsilver in the mid
Yeah,
lane.
I love this towards Plutoski. This is a good pick if they can get it. They have all the
really
tools they
need
need.
this. And Plutowski, he smells danger. He's gonna run away now. But the hunt is on. J-Bud Pushing forward. I think they see the
Tower is under
Lotus is
attack.
getting taken away. Shackle not gonna latch. Good leap away. But here comes the duel anyways. It doesn't matter because that's
Yes.
gonna be your second win.
Tower is under attack.
That's 20 on the win ranger now. That's insane. This is going to become very valuable. I did not realize the Snapfire gains as well just for using ulti on the duel. So
It's
there's going to be a
yeah.
lot of plus damage. Yeah, every instance of damage. I thought it was attacks. I haven't actually seen this facet too much myself.
Yeah, that's true. It's not really that common, but it's every bit of damage you do. Like, Sanders gets caught out in the mid lane. Moonsilver should be caught out as well. Overgrowth forward, or rather, it was the shard forward from Komugi. But going back to what I was saying, yeah, it's every bit of damage. So you can literally like throw. I think you don't even have to damage them if I'm not mistaken. Let me go read that real quick.
I think it's any instance of damage. As
Oh,
long
that-
as
yeah,
you
that
damage the
damage.
loser, yeah.
Yep.
Whereas I thought it would have to be like an attack or something. Whereas a Snapfire can just earn it from like 3,000 range away with the Mortimer's Kisses. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
Pretty
it's
good indeed.
really value, and considering that Snapfire, you know, back in the couple of patches ago, not too long ago, Snapfire was considered a premier mid laner as well, and even an offlaner to some degree.
With the little shredder before the nerfs.
Yep. And you know, later on, if this game goes late, that Snapfire could the extra damage on the Snapfire could prove to be very useful.
Oh, 100%, yeah. This Rubik player is out of their mind. Who is this guy?
It's that's cruel on Dusk Esports.
Honestly, even though the Sand King is like 9 and 4 at the moment, I would put my MVP on the Rubik so far. This
Wow,
guy has
early
cleaned
MVP.
house every fight. He's had so many 2 or 3 man ice paths. He's getting like all the steals. He's doing the blink initiation on the Windrunner bottom, forcing the BKB. It's like, oh, beautiful gameplay so far on Cruel.
Very early MVP, and you know, if we're talking about early MVP for both these teams, you know, if I'm on Little Piggies right now, I would be looking towards the Kunkka, in all honesty, for my
Silver's
MVP.
done a lot of work. No, you're 100% right. Those are the two like outstanding players so far. I think it's about to pop off here again. They see the courier with the ward. They
Oh,
both have
jump
vision.
forward! Jakiro, Slanderous, a lot of damage. Yule Scepter to solve this up just a little bit longer. Can he get off the Ice Path? Yes, he will. Doesn't get off the Macro Fire just yet. Yule Scepter on that Sand King. Oh, Tidal Wave back, the stun timing. A little bit there. There's no Overgrowth, but it's gonna be instantly purged off by that Legion Commander. In the backline, there's gonna be a Doom right on top of that Snapfire. So Snapfire's Mortimer's Kisses will get cancelled out. And here comes the Doom right on, or rather, the Duel right on top of the Doom. Can they get this window? It does not look like they can, but they will find Doom at the very least. Buyback, by the way. And here comes the Epicenter from Ash. Can he get this kill onto BTM? BTM taking a lot of DOT. Yes, they will get that kill on Ash. Will find Zeal. Moonsilver is gonna get ran down. Dieback, by the way, on Jakiro in the backline. There's gonna be a 2-man shackle shot there by the Sand King on the Street Protector. But look at Patotsky go! It's a double kill right now! They're absolutely getting shredded by the Solar Flare! It's a triple kill for Ash, and it's a double for Patotsky! My goodness!
Tower is under attack.
Damn.
Radiant structures are fortified.
That was... There were so many things that happened in that fight. I don't even know where I want to start. The Doom on the backline Snapfire, and then getting away with it. The Legion missing the dual damage again
Radiant
on the
2 for
Doom.
6.
is under attack.
Or rather...
The Sand King getting the stun as the Legion tried to catch him out. There's like so many things that happened that fight. I can't pick my favorite.
I mean... I'll tell you my favorite. My favorite is that there's gonna be a full 5-man wipe, 6-man wipe on Little Piggies. Oh, there's gonna be a duel Patotsky! Too greedy! BTM!
finally gets one.
Solo,
love
by
it.
the way.
A solo duel. Who needs allies when I have Blade Mail?
60 duel win, you know, we're getting there on the side of Legion Commander. But too greedy there by Patotsky. Didn't expect that duel, I think.
That was a 900 gold kill for BTM. That finishes his Ags. That's going to be massive.
Oh, an Aghanim's already. Things are starting to look a little bit spicy there, Glenn.
I quite like this nerf, I'm going to be honest. Usually people go the BKB first, but I quite like the Ags in this situation because they don't really have any BKB PS outside the Doom, and you're not going to Doom somebody in duel. It doesn't quite make sense because like this is not the point of the game where they're healing too much from the Moment of Courage and the Innate, where you get the bonus life steal, HP regen, and incoming healing by 50%. So I quite like this. It puts them in a weird spot.
Lincoln Sphere on the Sand King, by the way, so that's gonna cross out a dual target here. Scan? We'll scan somebody, we'll catch somebody out there in the triangle. Smoke, 5-man smoke, by the way. Leading the charge is BTM. They're gonna take the Tormentor though. Hold on. They could try to re-engage this one, but the Pipe of Insight really making sure that they don't take any type of damage whatsoever. Plutotsky will get the shard actually over the Rubik.
Yeah.
Rubik
They
has
took
macro
no
fire.
damage there from Tormentor. That's insane.
Noted.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Looks like they'll be satisfied with going for the middle tower. Oh, unless
They have
Ash.
vision on Ash.
Oh, they broke the linkage. They're gonna try to blink in, but there's Burrow Strike away. They're gonna try to run him down. The duel right on top of the LC, but no, it's a little bit too late. The duel damage. It's gonna go on top. Ash is gonna get taken down, and there comes a re-engagement right now. The telekinesis right back into the Kunkka. Kunkka's inside that macro fire, but Crew will die to the blade mail of all things. J-Bud in the backline. He's gonna use a whirlwind. He can't even get that kill. Potowski will find Slanderous at the very least, but here comes the X-Marks right on top of Potowski. Potowski, he does have the BKB, but no, the timing! The tidal wave back! Potowski, he doesn't have anything left in the tank. He's gonna die. J-Bud finds that kill. Oh, the timing couldn't have been any more perfect on that BKB expiration.
Under attack.
Beautiful execution from Little Piggies. What more can you say? By letting the Sand King think he's gotten away, inadvertently put him further away from his team, and then they couldn't connect with any other spells, and the longer duel from the Ags means that's our 4th duel win, and that was a 5-man bonus damage as well. So that's 40 damage on allies and 20 on the Legion Commander herself. That was a 60 damage swing, and that's going to carry on into every fight from now on. Oh,
Juicy.
they're starting
30
to
by the
ramp
way.
up.
Yep, 30 on that
Oh.
Wind Ranger.
Yeah, 30 total. But yeah, that's it. It's crazy.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Doom is just a little bit late.
Can't discount Plutowski. Fighting to the death in a lot of... Plutowski? I'm not actually sure if I'm saying that
Yeah.
horribly. I'm sorry. I've never casted any of these players before, but it's impressive gameplay on the Mirana. Getting pickoffs in the backline, making these fights look even remotely close.
Yeah, it was he actually called me out on mispronouncing his name. So
Is it Plutowski?
he never answered me when I asked him what was the correct pronunciation because it slipped my mind. So I pronounce it Plutowski, but should be different. I'm not too sure. Think forward there on the Legion Commander, 2-man Burrow Strike into the arrow. That's a lot of damage going out there. But the duel, that was a Lincoln Sphere. I don't think he knew. Hold on a second. Overgrowth's gonna latch on there on the Legion Commander as well as that Kunkka. The Ghost Ship will be flying in though. There's gonna make things a little bit more difficult to kill him off. J-Bud in the backline with the Doom going right on top of him. You will find the Treant Protector at the very least, but the damage is still being outputted here. Nightsong has to be very careful, and Nightsong is very dead. But meanwhile, on the backline, Ash will run down Sapphire. This fight is just so damn split up now. Now all that's left is this Wind Ranger. Can he try to get away from this one? Doom will be wearing off in just a moment. 10 more seconds by the way on that Whirlwind. Can he try to find anything more here? Doesn't look like they can. TP out. Looks like she should be gone. 4 dead for the price of 2.
Good juke by J-Bud there. Yeah, another discombobulated fight. The Legion, I think last fight maybe didn't realize there was a Lincoln's on Sand King because the Lincolns got broken for her. But this fight didn't happen and she's just dead. 5-second arrow as well from J-Bud. From Plutowski onto BTM.
No, it's on Moonsilver actually.
Oh, Moonsilver. Sorry, I'm getting everyone confused. I'm doing my best.
Nah, it's all good. Roshan gonna be pressured down here on the side of Dusk Esports. Looks like they should be able to get this one. Oh, excuse me. I did a little hiccup there.
Who are we going to favor going into late game here? Because it looks like this game's not going to end before 40 unless some team manages to lose like 2 fights in a row. But I don't think it's going to happen. Who scales harder in your opinion?
I really I honestly would lean a little bit towards Dusk Esports in favor of Mirana, because once that Mirana gets at MKB, you don't really need to worry about the Wind Ranger. I mean, sure, the Wind Ranger will run around you, but if you're Mirana, you can just sit still, try to hit her with your right clicks, right? And that should be theoretically good enough to try to match the damage of the Wind Ranger. And
another duel.
oh, duel. They want to try to get rid of the Aegis. It looks like they will be successful. Blade Mail. Gonna be enough, but here comes Ash! 3-man Burrow Strike into the epicenter. Do they have enough damage? Oh, Pipe of Insight will get popped here. There's gonna be a bolt going through. There's gonna be a lot of buffs coming through here. Slanderous, he's gonna take a lot of damage into the slow for Pototsi will find that kill. 1 for 1 so far, and Zio will also die in the back line. Moonsilver taking a lot of damage. That's way too much. Kamugi cleans that one up. The Rum. A little bit too much damage there for the Kunkka to handle. They do get rid of Aegis at the very least, though.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
They do list
Yeah,
on
that
the
was
Wind
a very
Ranger.
important. That was a very important Aegis snipe. You're 100% right. They
Oops.
unfortunately missed out on the dual damage by like half a second again. That's like the 6th or 7th time in this one game that they're just missing
Oh
the
yeah,
little
you're
bit of
right.
damage they
She
need.
didn't get it.
That was the cookie from Rubik actually is what saved the that damage from being
Oh,
given
blink
away.
forward, but the evasion, push forward. Ash, he doesn't have the Linkage Sphere! He used it on the Verona, but the Doom comes out of the J-Bot! It's a bit of a lifetime, and now LC is all alone and gives up dual damage to the 5-man unit of Dusk Esports! Karma hits back!
I think I cast this cursed here a little bit. I'm so sorry, little piggies. I'm so sorry.
They're gonna try to stall up Knights on here. I mean,
Tower is under
your
attack.
team is up in about 1 more second on that Kunkka at the very least, but what more do you have left in the tank? Ice Path, Torrent, right? Stall up this Doom, but this Doom is very tanky. Ice Path into the stolen Macro Pyre. This Rubik is cooking them. It's burning them. Here comes the arrow going through. It lands on top of the Macro Pyre to answer
It's
back
so
here.
good shit
But
as well.
everybody is so damn tanky. Moon Silver, he's still alive somehow, some way. Can he get the tidal wave back? Yes, no, he cannot. Moon Silver will die as well as Seal inside the damn fountain. The steal by Rubik. He might as well play this Jakiro! Ghost Ship, by the way, also stolen by Rubik. Cruel!
That was
My
a double kill
goodness.
with the stolen ghost ship. My god, he had Macropire, 2 ice paths, or was it 3, and a double ghost ship. That's insane. Cruel is popping off here.
Oh my goodness gracious. And Cruel, that was Ag's Ghost Ship, by the way, with the Macropire Ghost Ship. Sorry, Macropire
6,800
Ags.
on the Rubik. Look at this post game recap. He did like 5 times as much damage as anyone else in the entire fight.
Insane. But this game is still far, far, far from over. I mean, it's a little bit of an over-exaggeration when I say far, far, far.
I know.
It's a
I'm
step.
just,
Yeah, it's a step away.
I
No
want
more.
more brawling. I don't want them to lose. I want to see like another 5 great fights because every fight has been absolute cinema during these engagements.
You might as well call up the top 5 anime fights in the YouTube channel. Throw this in one in there. It's starting to get there. It's not yet. It's not quite there yet, but we're getting there.
Hmm. I feel
Yes.
so bad for this Legion. They're gonna have to rethink about Game 2, the approach they go for. The Whirlwind Wind Ranger doesn't really offer enough damage into it, and the Legion had such a bad start that they couldn't get the ball rolling. So this is a
BTM,
bit
he
of
does
a...
have the shard, but it's walking into a trap. Uh-oh, so Komugi taking so much damn information. Ghost Ship's gonna get popped here, but here comes or rather Moonsilver. He's gonna get jumped on here. Can he even get off a Ghost Ship? Does not look like he can. Torrent will catch out these 2 heroes. He's gonna die back. Komugi getting all that information just by standing there. 90 seconds, no
Excellent
Kunkka.
gameplay. Yeah. Excellent gameplay from the Treant. Scouting out everything. Vision is what wins you these
Oh,
fights.
jump
They're going in again.
forward! Jade stun! They have a Doom available if they really want to. They will be dropping this one. That's a very, very dead Legion Commander. And J-Bud's gonna get caught out here with the arrow. And GG is going to be called. Pototski ends this one as an unstoppable GG. And look at that. Wrecked by Pototski. Easy mid by Ash. And that's just going to show the bad blood between these 2 teams.
Absolute cinema. Wow, that was an explosive end to the game. I cast this curse so hard there. I feel bad now. That is rough for little pigs.
Alright, so let me switch over the screen real quick. So actually I forgot to change the names of the of the team, so pardon me for that. But
Okay,
yeah,
so I think you already know who my MVP is, but I want to hear who your MVP is.
I mean, I honestly gotta agree with you on who your MVP choice is. Because if it isn't Cruel, I would say it's Ash. I mean, Ash, I wouldn't say Ash dominated mid lane, right? But like, Ash did a really damn good job at finding his own farm, setting things up for his team. If it's not Cruel, it's definitely Ash, and I think it's probably a tie right now.
I mean, yeah, looking at the net worth graph, I gotta say, Ash just got away way too quickly. The Sand King was not... I don't think they actually were able to gank Sand King once in mid lane, just because the side lanes weren't going greatly. And the problem is with the Legion, if no one comes to help the Legion, she's not going to get the ball rolling early enough. And it was just Struggle City after about 10 minutes. They did have some insanely good team fights, and they pulled it back quite a lot. But eventually, the what is it? The straw that broke the camel's back.
Yep.
Ash is just too big.
Yeah, and definitely. So that was game number one, and both teams exchanging pleasantries towards the end of the game in more ways than one. Let's just call it that for now. But yeah, that will end things off on really an exciting high note for both these two teams. And now we're gonna be waiting for. It's gonna go. We're gonna go into a little bit of a 5 minute break. So stick around, guys, because that was only game number one of this best of three. So game number two starting in just a moment. All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to game number 2 between Little Piggies as well as Dusk Esports in the Australian main division grand finals best of 3. That was a mouthful. Right now, game number 1, of course, it was won by Dusk Esports. So now they're up. Now this turns into a do or die for Little Pigs. They're the top team of main division, but will it end here in game number 2 for them? So I'm with White Glint right now, my color commentator. So White Glint, what do you expect for this game number 2?
Hello, hello. I think I want to see Cruel pop off again. I don't think they're going to let him get the Rubik 2 games in a row. I'm just going to glaze him here. Moonsilver did fantastic on the Conquer as well. I wonder if that's going to be banned or as an adaptation or not. We have actually just started the picks and bans, and the Treant from last game is out, so there will not be a replay from Komogi.
10 seconds remaining.
More than that, they're taking out, I think these are specialty bans on Neighbor Spirit as well as Shadow Demon, because back-to-back times they've banned these heroes, and yep. So Treant and the Sand King, they're both being taken out here.
Yeah, it's a good call, to be honest. If you play against something and you lose to it and you think, damn, I really couldn't have beaten that no matter what I did, it's just time to ban it and move on. Because some heroes, they just don't align with how your team plays or your playstyle as a player, what you want to play.
So let's see what the first pick up here for Dusk Esports is going to be. An Underlord going to be their final ban for a while. Lina. Left open, instantly taken it.
Similar to the Mirana from last game, this is just your Arcanes, Glepnir buyer. Does all the same things. There's not really too much different apart from it's not as escapable as the Mirana.
10 seconds
Mirana's
remaining.
leap is very powerful in comparison.
5 seconds remaining.
Yep, let's see what Little Pigs will answer with here.
Dire team ban.
Sniper!
Sniper? Huh. Do you have any information on what position that could be? Is that going to be like a 4? Is that likely to be a mid? What are we looking at?
I have actually zero idea what the sniper pick is going to be, because in TI right now, sniper has been picked up as a pos 4. You go pipe,
Yeah.
you go drums, shard as well as solar crest on a sniper. But
The
I
Ags as
think
well.
this is the first time, Ags as well, of course. And I think this is the first time I've seen a sniper in quite some time in Phoenix Dota.
I would not have expected it to be a first pick. I would have expected a bit more. Like, obviously, Dusk Esports banned out a couple Aura heroes, so, like, the Underlord's gone. Obviously, like, the Sand King's gone from Little Pigs. I would have expected more of an Aura opening, to be honest.
Yeah, maybe they're
It's
leaning
strange.
away from it.
Radiant team pick.
Oh, the Rubik ban. Damn. I was looking for a repeat performance from Cruel, but I guess I will not be getting it today.
Dire team
Omni
pick.
Knight. So that should
like
be a pos 5 Omni, pos 4 sniper. So they're lacking stuns right now.
It is like low stun, but they do have like decent catch, right? So the Sniper Assassinate is not the worst way to open up a team fight, and it lets you catch those people that are a bit escapey. Maybe not like a Ember Spirit or something like that, but definitely makes it a little bit harder to play Lina, because if, let's just say, you get opened up on with a Sniper Assassinate, any pos 3 can follow up, and it could just be a 100-0 situation. The Omni Knight protects whoever's going to go in. I quite like this Earthshaker pickup. This is going to give them lots of counter initiation to cover off the potential. I don't know, do they play a lot of Axe on Little Pigs? Do they play much Centaur maybe? Looking really strong picks here.
10 seconds remaining.
See what answers Little Pigs will have for this Earthshaker pickup, because we have seen Earthshaker being played in the mid lane usually, and I really think that this Lina is going to be pos 1 on Plutowski and Tusk for Dusk
100%, yeah.
Esports.
Just some more initiation, a little bit more defensive from Dusk. I quite like this pick. This is where Little Pigs really have to decide how they're going to go about their drafts. It's time for them to pick their meaty big boy to go in front of this Omni Knight and get a lot of value out of the Repel and the Guardian Angel, of
10
course.
seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So far from the picks here, Glint, what do you think each team's trying to go for?
Radiant team
They're both just picking a lot of standard meta stuff. I quite like the Brew. This is the Aura Carrier for Radiant. Dire don't have an Aura Carrier yet. That's not a bad win range pickup. So the Earthshaker and the Lina do have a bit of catch. but the Tusk doesn't like going onto a Wind Ranger, right? Because she has so much mobility with the Wind Run. It's a bit hard to actually lock her down with the Shards +1 stun. The Nature's Prophet kind of throws me a little bit. It's good to have the global mobility with the hero, but I really don't like seeing it in like the mid lane or in a core role at all. But it does look like with the ES Tusk, it's going to have to be at least +3, and I think it's a bad matchup into the Wind Ranger in the offlane.
Radiant team ban.
So I think Brewmaster is that aura carrier you mentioned there for Little Pigs, but for Dusk Esports, I don't really see an aura carrier yet.
It could be the Prophet, right? If you're going to run a 3 Prophet, you got to have the balls to buy auras, I think. And just make it so your auras always show up to every fight, everywhere on the map. But he's like not as good as a Crimson carrier because he doesn't buy as much HP. It's good that they changed it from strength to HP. It's a good change. But a lot of so many offlaners banned here. I didn't mention it, but in the second phase, Dusk Esports took out the Razor, which can go 1-3, and the Primal, which is a massive like initiator from the +3 role. You just buy BKB and go in, and usually you win the game because of it.
Yeah, right now what I'm looking at Dusk Esports, I don't even think that they're gonna consider an aura buyer because looking at their heroes, Lina, very burst hero. Earthshaker can also burst. Tusk can also burst. Nature's Prophet arguably can burst if he uses his ultimate correctly. But usually I think Nature's Prophet is there as a backup plan. But I really think Dusk Esports are gonna try to go for a burst heavy lineup here against Lil Pigs. I mean, you have an Omni Knight to counter that, but Omni Knight can only do so much against this lineup. I mean, if you buff the wrong hero, then another hero is just gonna get focused on, really.
I really like the Omni Wind Ranger combination. So with Repel, you can't actually dispel it with a nullifier, and because it grants a magic immunity, it actually protects the Wind Run as well from being nullified off or Shadow Demoned off, for example. So it's a lot harder to actually kill a Wind Ranger with an Omni Knight behind her. So I really like this combination. And they seem to think that they still need an offlaner on Dusk Esports. I'm guessing they're much more familiar with their opponents than I am. They're banning Centaur and the Axe, both good initiators that are good at killing a Windrunner. Very, very focused bans. So either they know the ES is mid or the Prophet's mid or something, but between those two, I still like the flexibility of Dust's lineup. It's good flex. You can pro these heroes anywhere. The only thing that's like set in stone is probably the Lina +1.
Yeah, that's true, and that's the danger right now for Dusk Esports. I mean, the group stage standings, it didn't really say a lot for them for Dusk Esports. I mean, maybe they ran into some unfortunate matchups during the group stages. They only ended up as the fourth seeded team, but they did win their tiebreaker, so technically speaking, they are the second place. But this team is very, very deep. Plutowski was listed as the mid laner, Nightsong was listed as the +1. Ash is listed as a flex player, by the way. So we have seen a lot of Plutowski +1. Nightsong has been shifting from +1, +2, +3 as well. But usually, and also Ash. Ash has been shifting from 2 and 3, if I'm not mistaken, as well.
What this says to me more is that the heroes follow the player, not the role. So they'll pick the hero for the role, but it's the player that gets the hero. So that's why you'd see like a lot of this jumbling up between roles and what they actually do for their team in a game. I can respect that too. It's good to have people playing their comfort heroes. It just makes them more efficient at what they're going to do. They know before the game what they're buying. They're just ready. They're locked in, or they don't have to come up with it on the fly.
Night Stalker.
Yep, Night Stalker. So that's a Night Song hero if I've ever seen one. So that's definitely going to be a Night Song pick.
It's definitely a 3 Night Stalker, 1 Lina. The rest, I think, is up in the air, and I quite like that with the draft. It lets you respond to lanes when you don't have heroes locked into where they're going to go.
5 seconds remaining.
Alright, so Little Pigs, their last pick here. What do you want to see from potentially their mid laner, if I'm not mistaken?
You have to be prepared for either the Prophet or the ES to go mid. So the Prophet wins lane by just being giga annoying with the Treant. It's super obnoxious. It has tower armor, so you actually can't hit it down with a hero. You got to hit it down with spells. The ES is just like a big hitter that prevents you from actually getting your CS. I would want to see a lane dominator in the mid lane here, but it really depends on what the mid laner plays. Could go with a spirit hero, like a Storm Spirit could be really powerful here. pick off on the Natures, pick up on the Lina. It could also go like really, really badly against Earthshaker in the lane. So they really need to cover themselves off in a lot of avenues with this pick.
You know what I really want to see? You speak about lane dominators, Glenn. I would
Mhm.
maybe lean towards OD, no?
Yes and no. It's a bit. OD's kind of fallen out of the meta because he's just too slow as a hero. So he needs to buy too many items before he's strong, and he doesn't move around the map very fast. It causes problems for like the mid laners this patch.
Yeah, I guess that would be very true with what you say, with what you're saying. But I feel like OD as well. Like in certain matchups, I just think he's just really too good to pass up, and I feel like this isn't really too good to pass up. OD is just a small suggestion, but I could see OD work a lot here because you have a Night Stalker, you have an Earthshaker, and you also have Alina. Once you have the Astral Imprisonment, you can stop the Night Stalker from chasing. You can stop the Earthshaker from continuing his initiation. You can also single out the Lina. So Little Pigs will end up picking the Tiny for this one. So mid Tiny. So Wind Ranger +1 once again. Moonsilver will be taking over that Brewmaster, and yeah,
It's a mid profit.
Ash.
Ash
Oh,
took
mid
profit.
profit.
So
Interesting.
I think they were waiting to kind of decide on where these two heroes were going to go. I definitely think this was intended flex. If they picked like a melee, they would just take the profit in. If they picked a range, that could maybe dominate the ES. They would also want the profit. But honestly, yeah, I really like this. The tiny pickup, there's like 3 of these heroes that are easily burstable. The only 2 he's probably not going to be able to get through will be the Night Stalker, and as the game progresses, the Tusk is going to get a bit tanky, because this is a core Tusk,
10
if I'm
seconds
not mistaken.
remaining.
So he's going to have a couple braces on him, he's going to have his phase, he's not going to be under-leveled as you would expect to support Tusk. It's going to be hard for them to kill, but I really love this Brewmaster. These the brew split is going to be really hard to clean up. They don't have a good hitter. They don't have a lot of AoE damage on Dire with
Yep. And who do you favor right now, Glint, between these two teams?
I think it's easier to execute Radiance Draft, and I gotta go with the Brewmaster. It is like a mechanically hard hero, but it's so simple. You drop the splits, and then you drop your opponents. I also really like the sniper pickup here. The shrapnel is a really good way to. It's like the shrapnel damage over time is really good with long fights like the Brewmaster. Yeah, the longer this fight goes, the more it favors Radiant. They have more sustain. Dire is like reliant on getting a pick off with the Night Stalker or the Tusk plus Profit kind of like engagement. Actually, wait, sorry, it's Night Stalker 3. What was I saying before? This Tusk will be tanky, but he will still be killable with the Tiny. The Tiny Burst as well, it's pretty safe for him to go in, start to run back, catch a repel from his Omni Knight, and he's just out. He's not going to die.
Yep, and that was Glint with the perfect analysis there for these two teams. So, game number 2 between Dusk Esports and Little Pigs. Right now, for Dusk Esports, they have all the time in the world to close this one out, but for Little Pigs, do or die. Last game, potentially, for Little Pigs of the season, because after this one, we only have one series left, and that's going to be the upper division of Australia, and that's going to be casted by our none other than Non-Stop Pops.
Yeah, that's going to be a really good series between Pigs and Gachi's team. I don't even know
Oh, hold
what
on
the
a
heck's
second.
name is.
Early engagement. Zeal's gonna get trapped up here by that fissure. Shrapnel gonna be deterring them just a little bit. Zeal, they literally can't move, so Blood Grenade was used here. Doesn't look like they want to try to continue this fight.
I'm honestly not a fan of this shrapnel talent. Oh my god, 5 of them hitting the Treant, and it still ticks out to like timeout instead of actually dying to heroes. Those things are just too tanky. It's like effective 50% armor. It's insane.
That's it. I don't even want to think about that. I hate you. I hate Nature's Prophet, in all honesty. I had a 70-minute game like a couple of days ago. I was playing Ogre Magi and I was going up against a Nature's Prophet 1. We still won the game, honestly, but Nature's Prophet is
It's
just
just
not fun to
annoying.
fight. Yeah, exactly.
Play
Yeah.
hard, but do play nice.
So he did end up, like, with taking this shorter shrapnel talent, it means the initiation's going to be the brew spitting on them with the Cinder Brew, followed into a shrapnel to trigger it and put them on basically 0 MS. followed up by like an assassinate and a split to actually get the kill. So the catch is not as strong on Radiant as I thought it was gonna be, but it's still gonna be impressive for team fights.
Yep, by the way,
And the
3-1
Nature's
rune
Prophet
split.
will... Oh, was it? Oh, damn. The Prophet's gonna win mid pretty handily as well, I think. The Train's just gonna be too annoying for Tiny to deal with.
Well, we're gonna see if that will hold true because game number 2 now underway between these two teams. Zeal zoning them back really hard here on Night Song as well as Cruel. And melee versus melee matchup. You really like this one if you're the Zombie Knight.
Yeah, 100%. He loves to just go in and dunk on them a bit with the hammer.
Looking at the mid lane, Ash taking on BTM once again, Tiny against Prophet. Top side, that's a lot of damage. Cinder Brew, plus that Shrapnel. Half HP already on the Tusker.
If you're standing in the wrong spot for the Tusk or the Lina, you're just gonna instantly die. The Shrapnel can be really, really violent because it does all its damage so quickly. And it's 120 damage level 1. One of the highest damages in the game, level 1. For like any spell.
It's crazy. Mid lane though, Ash. So far, I believe he is winning, or they're relatively even, honestly, in terms of CS. And it's really interesting to see these mid lane matchups go split down evenly until, you know, one gets the kill over the other, one gets the yank over the other.
Yeah, I would love to see a early rotation from the sniper mid. Prophet's one of these heroes that's not mobile enough to get out of the shrapnel. At like minute 4, like even a level 1 shrapnel, you can still just kill him. You can just outright kill the Prophet with the Tiny and the sniper together.
A lot of harassment, by the way, going up top side. Cinder Ale plus the shrapnel. And here again, here's the combo. Do you actually want to try going for more blood grenade? One more shrapnel, didn't even need it. Slanderous takes down Kamugi for first blood. And Butowski can do nothing but just watch his support die.
That's what I was talking about. If you're even slightly out of position, the sniper will catch you every time. Shrapnel has just such a long cast range, and the instant damage is just unexpected.
I mean, that is true, Glint, but I was looking at that whole fight. Tusk was literally walking away. There was no out of position there. Sniper is just such an annoying little shit, to put it nicely.
You're not wrong about that. There are some powerful sniper players in Phoenix League. I have flashbacks to Andros Sniper from last time I played. Cleaned out Oct and ruined my game single-handedly.
Throwback, it's called the PTSD moment.
Yeah, Sniper can be really violent.
Looks like Cruel will be snatching away that bounty rune, but the Lotus will be going in favor of that Wind Ranger at the very least.
Bottoms up.
Pushing forward, Plutowski taking a lot of damage, but look at that tag team. Or drinking buddies,
Very
sorry.
good. Very good drinking buddies right there. Damn. That movement, otherwise, if that Lina didn't get like the forced movement from Tusk, she would have taken another 300 damage easily. Because you can just stack shrapnel after shrapnel and just murder her so easily. She was walking forward with 6 creeps in front of her, and still that happens. It just shows how powerful the Cinder Brew and shrapnel is.
Look at bottom! Zeal is just 1v2ing right now. Power shot going through by J-Bud. One more hit should do the trick, or rather 2 more hits should do the trick. Power shot up in 1 more second. Do you want to try diving this one? There's gonna be a miss there.
Oh,
a little bit too deep for the Wind Ranger. Wind Ranger just gets the purification off just in the nick of time.
Just a little bit to the left and he would have got that power shot. Very unlucky.
Risky.
Very costly. Mid lane's very tame. I thought that might be a little bit more exciting from the Tiny, like, getting a bit angsty and wanting to get like a kill on Prophet, but it's just very calm. No supports helping the mid laners. A lot of action in the side lanes.
Yeah, you know, if I'm the Tiny right now, I don't really need this kill. Like, I'll just passively farm for that Flak 3. All of a sudden, 3, 2, 1, you're gone.
He's not even caring about this reinforced treant. He's just... It doesn't matter to him, actually.
Oh, hold on.
Really...
Wow. Cruel almost died to a power shot right there. Really close. Top side. Shrapnel. So damn slow. Moonsilver. We're gonna get used to Snowball here. Does pop the wand. Shrapnel once again. Beautiful Shrapnel being placed down. And yet another one to secure that kill onto Komugi once again.
Yeah. Even with the Tusk, you have the go in, right? But if you go in here, go on him and don't silence or like stun him to death, he will just kill you with shrapnels. It does so much damage so early. And the slow as well. Oh, they're going on the Lina?
No shrapnel yet. There's a little bit of a poke damage. Big stick though by the Potocki Lina. Krul will actually rotate over topside, so maybe they want to
I
try and
don't.
finally strike back.
I don't like this at all. You're going to make your Night Stalker very weak by sucking away his support just as it goes to nighttime. The Omni will just dominate him now
Conditions.
in the
I mean,
1v1.
that's true, but look at this right now. Night Stalker is pretty alright so far, but things could change in just a split second. Power Rune's gonna be spawning up in a minute. 30 seconds to be precise.
I really want to see the Sniper go mid for the active rune. There's so much kill potential there. And it's going to make the Ashes game really hard and make BTM's game really easy. Instead, we're seeing the Earthshaker responding and the Omni Knights. Not the two heroes I expected.
Yep. Does he have a ward down here on the Tiny? Doesn't look like he does. Oh, Shield Rune gonna be taken away by that Earthshaker.
He was a little slow to the rune as well. He probably could have gotten that if he just rocked up earlier. It would have cost him mana though, which is not ideal for a mid laner. They're very mana sensitive a lot of the time.
Looks
Very
like
tame game. Very tame. so
bottom
far.
lane hits by Night Song, but easily dispelled there by the win run. Zeal will be going to the mid lane to help out his mid laner potentially, but now he's gonna make his way back over here to bottom after that failed attempt.
The tide
Just got unlucky on the runes. It happens.
of troubles.
It do be like
Oh,
that.
on the lane top,
Potocki,
lane top, lane top.
Shrapnel, slow, drinking buddy's beautiful. But the chase is still on though. There's gonna be an ultimate from the Nature's Prophet. They're gonna have to be very careful with this one. There's gonna be a snowball going in on top of Moonsilver. And here comes the TP from that Nature's Prophet. Oh, the Ice Shards! A little bit off, but here comes Night Song. There's gonna be a purification right on top here for Night Song, or rather for the Brewmaster. Moonsilver very damn low right now. Potocki is still alive. There's gonna be a slow right there from Night Song. Night Song will pick that kill up thanks to the Void. The Shrapnel will connect, but it looks like it's not gonna be enough to kill anyone. And they too are low. BTM will finally TP in here, but doesn't look like he's gonna find any exchange.
He was a bit late on the tiny TP, unfortunately. Damn, only one person died from that. This is a very,
They're gonna keep the chase on. Uh-oh, hold on. Zeal, gonna use a repel on himself. Does not have mana left to try to heal himself up. There's gonna be a toss back though. Nighthawk, he has rejoined the fight, and Potocki will get the kill off there onto Zeal, and the pause by the Brewmaster. I think somebody is lagging.
yeah, something not right there.
Keyboard again. No mana, by the way, on BTM, so he does not have any mana for a Avalanche. Does have a Arcane Boot. No, he doesn't even.
Nah, he TP'd in on half mana, and he hasn't been able to get anything done with his, I'd say like spaced out spells, and it's going to be really, really hard here. They might just get dived again, even though.
Alright, so here we go. Night Song not really the healthiest as well. Komugi and Potocki as well. They're also not the healthiest, and it looks like the fight will end with just that. They're gonna be backing away with this one, satisfied with getting the Moonsilver as well as the Omni Knight kill, and another pause here.
A bottle refill from Slanderous, so there's going to be some potential from BTM here. It's just very, very awkward. I mean, this benefits Radiant, right? Having a Wind Ranger off to her own desires is absolutely perfect. The Night Stalker was forced to rotate up, so it's not like you have a core farming bottom for Dusk. It's just a little bit weird, you know? Both teams are committing resources, but they're not committing enough to really get value out of it. Like, they're going behind the tier 1, right? As Dusk, and they're just only getting a support kill, and then they clean up another support kill afterwards. Like, it's not very valuable. You need to be killing cores with these kind of maneuvers, especially when the wind is just completely free farming bottom now.
Mm-hmm. So far, Dusk Esports, I mean, 2-2 right now is the scoreline. You did bring over Tiny from the mid lane. Goal advantage still favors Lil Pigs at the moment, but actually, Glint, I never got to ask you this one, but who do you favor going into the late game for both these two teams?
I'm gonna... Ooh. It's a little tough. I think I'm gonna favor Radiant's draft. Couple reasons. It's not so much the way the heroes scale, it's the tools they're gonna gain. The Sniper, Ags Assassinator, or Sniper sitting in the backline for Solar Crest is going to make it super easy to play, whereas I don't think Dire are going to get such easy tools. Like, sure, the Night Stalker is going to give you vision advantage, but he's not going to buy enough items to make that do more. Like, if you switch to net worth right now, the Sniper almost has the same amount of net worth as the Night Stalker. This guy's been sacked so hard on Night Song, and I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do his job later into the game because of it. Another unlucky spawn on the rune.
Potocki, uh-oh, Shrapnel gonna be connecting. as well as that Thunderclap and Slanderous. Finds yet another kill onto Platotsky. Killing spree for that sniper. All 3 kills on Little Pigs under the name of Slanderous.
Damn, his sniper's doing a lot of work. And the Lena didn't feel like, obviously the Lena was probably like mostly full HP where she was standing, maybe like just above half. She didn't think she could die there, but that's the thing that the sniper does. It gives you so much kill potential from such a high threshold. You always have to be scared. And I was saying unlucky on BTM for the rune
80
mid.
rune.
He is getting Dawn on.
Hold on. There's gonna be an avalanche to try to save him out, but there's gonna be a straight up TP. Will he get away from this one? Yes, he will.
Very smart. Very smart from BTM.
Strongest play in the game. Just TP out, simply. I mean, they did use the Void already to slow him down, but after that, no cancels available.
Yeah,
Topside,
so
though.
this is the nerf on the Night Stalker.
Ooh, topside. Moonsilver taking a lot of damage.
Look at the
Misses a
slow.
Cinder Brew, but the slow from the Shrapnel. Zeal will also
Oh
come
my God.
over. Will get clipped by the LSA. But Zeal should be fine. He does have a
Got
purification. Actually, no. I might have spoken a little bit too soon. Potowski finds that kill onto Zeal.
To the fire.
Because
Oh,
of all this
mid lane.
brawling that's happened top, they don't actually have the split on the Brewmaster yet. The mid laners are level 8, while the off laners like level just getting their 6s. And Nightstalker didn't get the kill before because it was nerfed where he doesn't get the ability refresh, so he doesn't get to void him again, and it just goes on cooldown and nothing he can do about it.
Yeah, and I remember the first time I played the... I remember I played the... What do you call this? Night Stalker after the patch. Or when the
Yeah,
patch
yeah,
came
when he
out.
got the
And when I
refresh.
used ultimate, I was like, wait, why can't I do it again? I thought you could. And it was a
Yeah.
really rude awakening for me.
It's just too powerful having, like, it's not even so much having 2 voids, but having 2 crippling fears. That's 12 seconds of AoE silence. It's just brutal to fight into, you know?
Invisibility.
And then you can use the day version, refresh into the night version. It's just so brutal. I do like that Ashe has now vacated the mid lane
Topside.
to give Night Song somewhere to
Bogey.
farm.
Assassinate, very low. One more shrapnel will do the trick. Yes, he will. Slanderous. Ashe being stalked right now. Uh-oh, BTM. He spots his prey like a slithery snake tossed back right there onto J-Bud. But here comes Cruel though with this fissure. Can he keep him alive? He does have an Echo Slam available, does have an Arcane Boots, and he's gonna use it. Slam right down. J-Bud gets turned on. BTM, he's also in trouble himself. There's gonna be the LSA, there's gonna be the Laguna Blade, and BTM. Beautiful turn right there. Baited perfectly by Ashe.
Radiant structure.
Yeah, they just ran out of damage, unfortunately, on Ashe.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Slanderous is getting so much work done this game. This is insane. This is a great performance from him.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, but we'll see how far that a sniper pause 4 can go.
I mean, is he really a plus 4 at this rate? Look at his net worth. He's so close to Night Song. He's like recovering mid, but it's like it's slow. It's gonna take him time. They do
Mid
commit
lane.
the Dark Ascension here now,
Yeah, just to
just to make
escape.
sure they get the tower.
They get a
I'd
tier
like
1
to
tower
see-
out of that.
Got it.
Radiant's
I'd like to see
bottom tower
Dusk
is under
move down
attack.
bottom and really start progressing, because they lost their safe lane tower already,
Oh, here, yeah,
whereas
here they go.
Radiance is healthy.
Dusk, they find Zeal. They also find Slanderous. Uh-oh, Slanderous. That's a bigger target here. They're gonna use the repel right on top of the sniper. Look at the damage! Night Song has to be careful. He almost dies to that one assassinate. Gonna get cancelled out. Can he try to find any type of the kills here? Night Song will get hit there. Shrapnel will go down. Moonsilver gets a kill onto Night Song. 2 for 1 so far. Ashe will straight up TP out. Looks like Pototski in a lot of trouble, but the stun from the centaur creep will stall things out. Pototski, he's still gonna get ran down here. One more hit, power shot. More than enough to find J-Bud. 2 for 2 so far. And Kumogi gets spotted out here by BTM. BTM misses the avalanche. Kumogi, he does have a TP and he will be able to TP out of this one.
That is very, very well played from Dusk. They do overextend with the dive, but then they limited their losses, right? It would have been so easy for Ashe to get caught. He TP's out on 60 HP. It would have been... Unfortunately, the Lena did get clipped, but Komogi gets out. It's really, really good. And they're still waiting for level 6 on the Tusk. It's such a rough game for him. He doesn't have the punch. Can't do much.
You do get the sniper at the very least, though. So that's a killing spree, or rather
That's
a
a big
dominating
kill,
spree.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
dominating
Samurai is a
should be
big
taken
kill.
away. Topside. Ashe getting ran out here by the Brewmaster, but he's not able to continue that push up. Cruel, by the way, closing in on the Blink Dagger. He's about 500 gold away.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Zeal, of course, on that Omni Knight, really trying to do Omni Knight things. Not,
They're
you
just
can't
calming
really
down
ask.
a bit.
Can't really ask for any more from
The
him.
seeds of fortune.
Pototski, no
I-
Maelstrom yet.
I
Radiant's bottom
really would
tower
like
is
to
under
see a bit of a
attack.
focused effort for the tier 1 instead of just diving from Dusk. There's a lot of times where they probably could have taken a full tower, instead they dive and get 1 or 2 kills and it's a trade instead. It's not that great for them economically.
Smoke movement potentially here. Blink Dagger, by the way, on BTM. Looks like they want to try looking for somebody here lurking around. Wisdom Rune spawning in just 20 more seconds, but
Radiant's
BTM.
bottom tower is under
Let's
attack.
see if he can spot out any of these heroes. Smoke will break, a little too close to tower. They will spot out Cruel here on the Earthshaker, but I believe Cruel also spotted out that Tiny himself, so
Dire's
it's like
structures
nothing
Yeah,
much will happen from that.
fortified.
BTM's really struggling this game. He hasn't gotten any runes. He's not getting any luck here. The blink reveal broke the smoke on the tower is very unfortunate.
Ash steals the
Ash.
Wisdom, by the way.
Yeah, I was just about to say, Ash steals the Wisdom, so this is going to make Radiant supports underleveled compared to Dire. And that Tusk, who I said was hard stack level 5, now has his 6 and almost 7. So he's going to be getting a lot stronger soon.
Sniper gonna TP up here to the rune, but he's gonna come to the cruel realization that Ash has snatched that away from him.
Yeah. Plutowski's going to get a lot of space to recover here, even though I say recover, but like, he's still got second net worth, even though he hasn't had a great early game, as you'd expect from Lino. After a couple nerfs, it gets a bit more fair.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Alright, despite that dodgy first few minutes there for Dusk Esports, looks like they bounced back pretty well. You know, they're negating these attempts here by Little Pigs to try to create
Slander.
something.
For my task.
Sanders has made a triple stack of Ancients and large creeps, so they can catch up on anyone who's not feeling too confident.
That's for the Wind Ranger to take. Bottom side, J-Bud, a little bit too forward. If he's not careful enough, he will get caught out, but looks like he's not going to be pushing the pace. So, Zeal, gonna be putting down some words. We'll spot out Night Song. They didn't want to try. Night Song being stuck right now. They're gonna try to jump him, but he's a little bit too speedy. Toss forward. They're gonna put Moonsilver forward. He does have a split available, but there's gonna be a silence. Cruel in the back line. He's gonna fall down in the bottom lane. Cruel will find J-Bud, but Night Song pops with Dark Ascension, and he's out of there. Wind Ranger gets caught off bottom by the Earthshaker and that Lina. That's a Blink Dagger reveal if I'm not mistaken, and the fight still continues on. Pototski, you gotta kill bottom, and Moonsilver finds that kill, no split needed. They're gonna keep going forward here. Slander is gonna get snowballed. There's gonna be a Fisher as well. Can they try to kill off Sniper? Yes, they can. The Void will secure that one on the Sniper, but you lose Pototski for it. But that's a pos 1 for a pos 1 essentially. Jump back in, Tiny. Avalanche, toss. Do they have enough damage? Moonsilver still has that split. Still waiting for the right time to use it. Here comes the Cinder Brew. Going to go push
He
forward.
might take out here, actually.
No, he will
He needs to
not.
snowball.
No, he's good.
Oh, so
Barely
close.
enough.
One
Oh,
tick.
toss back, toss back! BTM just couldn't get the range there on the toss back. Night Song will stay alive here. This fight is just so damn messy right now. It looks like that's going to be it.
Yeah, there's 2 times in a row BTM has tossed his Brewmaster instead of the hero he was going for. It's a bit rough. He's just not having a good match here, and it's going to hurt his team severely. They're going to start to get outscaled by the Profited and the Lina. The Wind Ranger, who had a free lane, 17 minutes in, still short on the Maelstrom. It's really, really rough for Pigs here.
I mean, never say die, right? On the Wind Ranger. As long as you have
Yeah.
a Wind Ranger on your team, will give you a fighting chance.
Can always win. I do think eventually their draft will get like much easier to play than Dusk Esports' draft, but I just waiting for it to happen. It's gonna take time. If they get too much of a lead on Dusk, they could just like run away with the game.
Yep. Yeah, stacks being taken right now by the Prophet. There are still stacks available right now on the Radiant side, but no Maelstrom just yet on the Wind Ranger, so probably once that Maelstrom is online,
Yeah.
that those stacks will be ripe for the taking.
I think they're just gonna do it as a. Are they gonna use the Brew to help or the Sniper? Because it's really important they get this gold early rather than later, and then just like
Yeah,
use
Maelstrom.
the levels and gold to push. Because they need to get something done here to disrupt the Prophet and the Lina. They're both like relatively unimpacted. 0 deaths on Prophet, 3 on Lina, but she's still so high on net worth. When she gets to 15, she gets a lot harder to kill. When she gets to Gleipnir, she gets another 300 HP.
Here
It's
he
really
goes. There's the
active.
whirlwind right on top of those
Instant TP.
stacks. Can they try to get any of this? But looks like it's not going to be enough to really get everything, really. But it's a triple ancient stack. Should be more than enough later on, as the power shot should be able to clean things up here. Top side though, looks like they're gonna try to jump on Moonsilver. Moonsilver does have the primal spit available, but there's a Gleipnir, there's a silence, and Moonsilver a little bit too much damage. Cruel will secure that one with the
He'll
fissure
secure from the ES.
just to make sure.
Just to make sure. You love to see it, don't you?
Yeah, support live matters too.
Of course.
Support gold matters.
Support gold matters, that's
Bottom, Potocki, Haste Rune, oh, jump in, BTM, Avalanche, toss, a little bit too tanky though on the Lina. So Lina will survive that burst attempt there by BTM. BTM will continue to the top side though, there's gonna be a dive attempt right on top of Zeal, but Zeal will be fine thanks to the repel potentially, no? They didn't even need repel. Just use the purification and now it's all good.
it. Lena didn't have a Gleipnir as well when the Tiny went on her, and he barely got through half her HP. It's gonna be rough for Tiny. Yeah. It's going to be rough for Tiny. He just does not have enough damage. He's just falling behind further and further as the game goes on.
Echo Saber though on the Tiny at the very least. That's the only silver lining on the side of Little Pigs. You have Maelstrom on J-Bud as well, cleaning up these stacks. But
Like when the Lena buys items like this, she has more max health than the Nightstalker does at this point. Nightstalker makes up for it by having a pipe, of course, but it just goes to show like how tanky these heroes get really quickly. He's not even 15 yet. That's another like major
look at the
jump.
way that Dusk Esports is playing right now. They saw that they're gonna try to go for mid. They use the repel on the Tiny. They instantly back away. They don't even want. They're not even thinking about re-engaging. They're just content with letting Ashe farm the jungle, Lina farm the jungle. It's just been so quote unquote passive, right? But it's a good kind of passive where Potocki, second net worth, Ashe, first net worth. Next is a Tiny, but he's 1.1k down.
Yeah, and if Tiny's not getting these kills, he will never catch up, right? So it's very, very smart read from Dusk. They're doing exactly what they need to do. Elongate the game another like 10 minutes, and they're in a much stronger position than Little Pigs. So it's really what it's going to come down to is them doing that and just trying to farm.
Spots out Night Song. That's not good. Looks like they're gonna burst down the Night Song, Night Stalker, unless the snowball save keeps them alive just for a little bit longer. Cruel with their fissure as well as a shard will keep them alive just for a little bit longer. But J-Bud finds Night Song, and looks like J-Bud will also find Komugi as well. They're stalling it out, but in the end, they will find those 2 kills.
And that's what Little Pigs need to do here, right? They need to keep getting kill after kill. They need to burn these smokes. They need to get like 1 or 2 minimum off it. If they can get the Prophet or the Lina, they're happy. If they get the Nightstalker, not as happy, but it's better than nothing. Because honestly, I have no idea why they've sacrificed Nightsong so much here. He's having such a rough game for Nightstalker. He has just a phase pipe and like no progress towards anything else really.
Yeah, and that's the thing with what I'm seeing with Night Song offlane, really. Like, he goes these heroes, Doom, Night Stalker. He usually builds auras, even on a Night Stalker. Usually, if you're a Night Stalker, you want to build Echo Saber, you want to build a Blink, but no, look at Night Song. Pipe of Insight first item, going into the Halberd next, and you don't see a lot of Night Stalkers swallow their pride and go, you know, maybe I should buy aura for my team. You see Night Stalkers, no, I'm gonna force the Echo Saber, but Night Song, he's shown time and again that he's okay with just being there, you know?
Yeah. He's a team player, it seems. It's good for the team, but they're just treating him a bit rough, in my opinion. They really should have prioritized him a little bit somewhere, right? Because a little bit goes a long way on these heroes that are so efficient with items. All these offlaners these days, super efficient with items.
Yeah, that's true. When you think the team comps are like for Night Song, it's like, alright, we're gonna give Potocki his best hero, we're gonna give Ashe his best hero. Night Song, go do whatever. They like spit on him.
Pretty much, yeah.
My heart goes out to you, Night Song. I mean, to Night Song's credit, there have been games where he's been the X Factor. Shout out to his Doom mid, by the way. He did go Doom mid one of the games, and he was an X Factor in that one. He was a key part of that machine that Dusk Esports was doing against Team No Name.
So with these hero comps on Dusk Esports, they're not going to have a Greaves carrier. So they have the Nightstalker for the pipe, but they don't have a Greaves, which just means they're going to be down on auras. And it looks like it's about to pop off bottom. Invis and Tiny.
Think forward, they're gonna find the Lina, but they can't get enough vision. The toss back here, right on top of the Lina. Look at the Tusk, sacrificing himself. Get down, Mr. President. Slanderous finds Kamugi. Lina will be able to walk away, just in large no part the sacrifice of Kamugi.
Tower is under
Salutes
Damn,
for
that
you, Mr.
assassinate did
Tusk.
no damage. That assassinate did literally no damage with the extra magic resist on Faru's soul. That was. She took maybe like 400 damage from a toss and an assassinate, which is like not what should happen. Despair for little pigs.
Ash topside could potentially get caught out here. Oh, actually, BTM, Gleipnir right on top. There's gonna be a Dark Ascension as well. BTM gonna try to get out of this one. Does not look like he can. He's absolutely getting shredded inside that Night Stalker. Moonsilver did show up, but he shows up a little bit too late. Slanderous TP out, cancelled. Echo Slab, Void. He threw the kitchen sink at this damn sniper. He's just been so damn annoying. Moonsilver's gonna get chased here, Tusk. He's gonna try to use the Primal Split, but no, it's not gonna be used in time. Sniper, he's still alive somehow in the backline. Finally will get taken down. 3 dead instantly.
How did Slanderous survive an Echo Slam like that? He's so big on the Pulse Force Sniper, it's insane.
BKB though on J-Bud, so that's what you want to see on this Wind Ranger.
Dusk is just playing really well. They know exactly what they need to do.
Really stalling this game out, really just dragging it along. I mean, J-Bud, 3rd net worth, so there's a big improvement for that Wind Ranger, but Plutoski right now,
Money to burn.
12,000.
I would have liked to have seen him get away a lot better, because like he had the free lane for like 5 or 6 minutes in the early game, and that's like critically important for a carry to accelerate during that window, right? If you have like literally a 4v5 going on top, you need to be getting more out of the map than everyone else, and unfortunately he couldn't convert that into any like farming speed.
Smoke movement here.
I quite
Little
like
pigs.
this.
Wait, I think they got spotted out by the ward though.
Oh,
They might have been spotted out, I'm not too sure.
they're pinging like they know on Kamugi.
Yeah, I think they might have caught a glimpse of the smoke because this side has just been very, very warded up here. So I think they should have seen that. Yeah, they should know, but Nightsong gonna break the
Nightsong
smoke.
breaks.
They know he's here. Rather, Nightsong knows that they're here. Come forward, Shackle, Avalanche, Toss. A lot of damage going on top, but you have to be very careful. Cruel does not have an Echo Slam, but he's still alive. The pipe, the shards, it's stalling things out so damn much. Nightsong is just out of here.
He has 52
Oh,
health
the
regen on the Night
supports!
Stalker.
They're gonna get caught out here. Fisher, can he try to stay alive? Shackle once again. Oh, the save though. Cruel, staying alive just for a little bit longer, not enough. They're gonna try to turn this fight around. Buyback right now from that Earthshaker. J-Bud right now with a double kill. Komugi will also go down, but look at the silence right on top of everyone. Tiny will go down to Ash. BKB is gonna get popped in the backline. Those standards will get jumped here by Pototsi. Pototsi will get shackled up, but the BKB first will come out. Zeal's getting shredded inside that damn Sprout. 3 dead so far, all for the price of 2. It is a buyback right now from Earthshaker. Earthshaker, Laguna Blade as well as a Fisher. Good try, little bro. As they get 4. And they even get the cancel onto Moonsilver. Moonsilver isn't even gonna get out of this one. Primal Split was used, and he's just gonna get ran out here. Gleipnir right on top of this Brewmaster. As this Brewmaster, it's gonna be a long way home. Space created. Can he try to get away from this?
He's not
Very
dying.
tanky.
He has a
Hold
lot,
on. Can he try to
lot
get
of
out of here?
regen. He can go Purple Brew and then
The
status
block.
resist.
Oh no, here comes the Gleipnir and Ash.
Okay, there we go. No? There
Escape
we go.
denied.
That took quite a long time.
Wait, it's still
What
not
was the
over.
advantage?
Zeal, he tried to TP in to try to save him,
Oh
but
no.
this could be disastrous. Zeal into the trees. He'll be alive for now. But Dusk Esports, beautiful turn.
The Night Stalker survives purely because he had 50 health regen and didn't get vesseled, I don't think, when they went on him. He just walks away and heals back up to full and then re-engages, basically. That's insane.
Oh, blink forward. Oh, that's a lot of damage right on top of the Lina. Lina, there's gonna be a lot of assassinate. Drinking Buddy slowed down. They have a Conda, I believe. No, they don't have. The Crystallis. Oh, here comes a Shackle forward. They're just stalling things up. Komugi, beautiful stall. And here comes their Cruel. Trying to even stall things even further. J-Bud will find Komugi at the very least. Oh, the push forward. They're actually still gonna find the Lina. It all works out.
Oh.
And the voice line
That's
dropped down by
gotta feel good.
BTM.
Try, little friend.
Yeah, coming back with the good try, little bro, after you just got hit with it. It must feel good for little piggies.
Yeah, that's
This is what they need.
That's some signs of life there from Little Pigs. You almost give up the Lina kill yet again. Komugi right now, I mean, we have a case for MVP for Cruel as well as Ash, but low-key Komugi doing his job here. I mean, he's not running away with the MVP right now, but the small plays...
If I am on Team Dusk, I cannot complain at all about the work this Tuskar's doing. So many times he's got a save of drinking bodies. So many times he's just going in and throwing his life away. These 7 deaths don't represent how much work he's done, right? He's died 7 times. Ash hasn't died once, right? He's given it all for Plutowski as well. So lots of good effort on the Tusk. And at the end of the day, when it's a +5 with no net worth, only getting a Tusk, it just doesn't do anything to move the needle. Tiny doesn't want to go on Tusk. Tiny wants to get the kill on the Lina, wants to get the kill on the Natures. It's just going to get harder and harder as the game goes on.
By
Lina
the way,
already at 2400 HP.
Yep. By the way,
climbing.
Nature's Prophet, I think he snatched 2 or 3 bounty Wisdom runes already.
Yes,
Level
Ash has been
19.
on the ball. Yeah, Ash on the ball with this as well. You remember how I called out Komugi for being very low level, like level 5 at like 14 minutes? Since then, he's now overtaken both supports on Radiant for EXP. So yeah, lots of good work from Ash.
So it looks like there's gonna be an AFK there on the side of Little Pigs. But yeah, so far, Signs of Life, 7k gold up right now for Dusk Esports, but it's still not over yet. It's far from it. I wonder what this Tiny's gonna do here. Is he going for a for a Conda maybe? Or is he just gonna try to straight up go even more damage? Try to go for a Daedalus BKB maybe?
It's a really rough position for the Tiny here, right? If he buys a BKB, he gets stuck in Sprout with Nightstalker on top of him. If he doesn't buy a BKB, he's Giga Silenced. I think a Force Staff would also, that's like the backup item on Tiny, right? You buy Force Staff when nothing else will work. When the Ash gets the level 20 on Sprout leashes, you actually can't Force Staff yourself out of Sprout. So Tiny's just screwed 6 ways from Sunday. There's not really anything he can do here. He really has to find a way to go in and burst somebody.
Yeah, that's true. And I think he still has this Windlace. Maybe that's a Windmaker later down the line, but that's really late into the game. Assuming that it even gets that far. Exactly.
Yeah, he just doesn't have the economy to push a Wind Waker. He is eyeing up
Komugi. That's a lot of damage. Crystallis gonna do a little bit though, but it's not enough as a con compared to a Conda.
This Tusk is so tanky, right? I said if Tusk gets a good game, he'll be tanky. He hasn't even gotten a good game, and he still has... That was only half damage on the Tusk from full HP. It's not enough on the Tiny. They're really lacking the burst on Radiant now. It's gonna be rough.
What do you want to see right now, Glint, on this Tiny? Do you want to see it maybe a Conda just to try to burst
full
them
phylactery. You need the full phylactery. I don't think there's anything else you can do. The phylactery Conda, yeah. What you're saying is 100% correct. If you don't have the full damage item, you're not going to get it. They might try gank him here on the Tormentor. Take it away.
Uh-oh. Do they know? They know that someone's here. Oh, the blink forward. That's gonna be a lot of damage. Can he try to burst down the lead of BK being active with the Pavis? The turnaround on the Tiny, but there's gonna be a repel. But in the backline, Nightsong is segmenting this fight perfectly right now. The Ash will TP in the backline. They're gonna lock down Slanderous. Omni Knight's gonna get taken down himself. Tiny will be able to blink away just for a moment. Can he try to TP out? Yes, TP actually gets cancelled out. Oh, here comes the LSA and the Fissure. Dead there. Moonsilver is the only person left alive in this fight, but he's gonna get ran down in just a moment. He's gonna let his Brewlings die as the original one, the Storm Brewling. He's gonna try to escape. Oh, they're really trying to hunt the Moonsilver down, but should be fine for now. So Moonsilver stays alive. For now.
Very good read from Dusk. They counter-initiate that perfectly. They just don't have enough burst for Lina anymore. She heals back up to full during that fight. Now she has a full MKB, which means Wind Ranger's on the table. Wind Ranger's barely got a Chrysalis. She wasn't even part of that fight. So a lot of damage missing on Radiance.
Yeah, and you also saw the lack of burst damage on the Tiny. Maybe Echo Saber really wasn't the play. Maybe it should have been Phylactery first, maybe. A lot of maybes here.
He just got off to too bad a start. This feels like a little bit like last game, where every duel the Legion misses. causes the next one to miss, and it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. And that's
Moonsilver should get
exactly what's
out.
happening to him.
Moonsilver, he saw the Roshan go down. He's still sticking around here. They don't want to try this Brewmaster though. Doesn't look like they want to. There is a ward scouting out the Wind Ranger and the Brew, so they know that there's 2 heroes in this area. Topside though. Uh-oh, Zeal. Orchid.
The Orchid?
A lot of damage though. Will it be enough? Looks like it will be.
Oh my god, he's just dead.
Yep. Solo kill.
Wowee.
Orchid revealed,
Yeah.
or second time it's revealed.
I mean, Omni's close to Greaves. That's not going to happen again, but that feels incredibly rough. Just getting a free pick on the enemy that has the most net worth in the game.
By the way,
Only accelerates him
Ag's
further.
next on the Tiny, so he's going for a right-clicker Tiny.
I can understand this. The magic damage isn't doing it right. Into the pipe, into the Lena resist, not working.
Wait, hold on. Drinking Buddy's going in. BKB gonna get pop here. Tiny will jump in here. Moonsilver just dead. And look at the damage! Platonsky, he's just a damn autocannon right now, ripping through the heart and soul of Little Pigs. BTM falls down next. Triple kill and a question mark from Ash. My goodness.
Damn. That's rough.
Radiant's bottom tower has
And
They
I
just
think
don't have a
with
way to
that-
burst Lena.
Yep, and I think with that they're leaning towards a GG. Mid differential by Ash. Oh boy, the bad
This
blood
train
is
is going to
showing.
push so fast. Because the train does tower armor, it hits for like 200. They don't even have any minus armor or auras that increase their damage. They're just shredding these buildings.
XD coming out from Ash. It's from the whole team, really. I mean,
Ash is yet to die here.
coached
It's
it.
really well.
At least there's some lightheartedness there by Moonsilver. But
I don't know much about the coaches on these teams or how they match up.
I don't even know if there were coaches in this one.
Either way, Plutowski is just unstoppable now. They did amazing work top in the early game to shut him down, but he's just come back with a passion, with a vengeance. And the Wind Ranger not having the impact 2 games in a row. Now she's answered with the MKB. Tiny.
Try here. Oh, they really want to try to jump in here onto Nightsong. Nightsong, there's gonna be a shackle shot going through, but Tiny already have HP with the Echo Slam, just locking them down. Rappel gonna be used here in the middle of everything. It's Moonsilver. They will find Earthshaker at the very least. That's gonna be a dieback. Gonna try to push forward here. Nightmare will get taken down here. J-Bud doesn't getting chased here. Pototsi, he's just man fighting right now with the Brewlings. Gonna try to stall things up here. Avalanche sauce right on top of the Ninja Prophet. There's gonna be a buyback right now from the sniper. There's gonna be a death though on J-Bud. J-Bud, that's your carry down. Tiny, he's gonna be next on the chopping block. Moonsilver, he's also dead as well. The buyback from the Tiny. Everyone just buying back. They're just desperation right now. Moonsilver, or rather the Omni Knight, will get picked off here. Another 4-star forward. Another Gleipnir. Slanders, that's a dieback. You can't die here. BTM, he also tried to save his sniper, but he's gonna get silenced up here. Can he try to find any damn kills from Old Sponge up here on this Tiny? So damn low. He's the only one left alive. Toss back here, but it absolutely does nothing. Crash landing ain't squat. GG's gonna be called.
They call it.
J-Bud calls it, and it's done. Dusk Esports, they're gonna be your main division champions from the lower bracket.
Honestly, yeah, I gotta give props to Ash. He has not died once this entire game. So many times, he's just TPing out on 60 HP and comes back, full refresh, and just cleans up the fights.
Yep. And that's going to wrap things up here between these 2 teams. It's just... wow. I mean, game number 1, it was close, right, Glint? But once game number 2 started, they just ran away with it. Then Dusk Esports, they never looked back, and they're going to be your main division champions for Season 1 against Little Pigs. Little Pigs, what a run from them. You know, I just want to share a little bit of a story, if that's okay, Glint, for Little Pigs. I remember
go for it.
in Season 0, Little Pigs, they ran Necrophos 1 when it wasn't common yet. And from that point on, I respected them. I wanted that team to win. I was rooting for them. And, you know, going into Season 1, they were the top team in the group stages. They had a deep run. They got to the finals. Sadly, it's just not enough. Dusk Esports, of course. They just come out on top between these 2 teams. And what a series these 2 teams played. What about you, Glint? What do you have to say?
I don't even think Little Pigs did anything fundamentally wrong here, you know? It's just a couple unlucky runes on the Tiny, a couple unlucky duels on the Legion, maybe like an early mistake or 2 in the first game, but them not having any momentum isn't because they've done anything specifically wrong. They just haven't gotten they just haven't put it together, right? These guys have all the pieces and they've put together their puzzle, but they're still missing like one or two things. I do think if this team comes back next season and they play maybe like 5-10% better, they can blow all these teams out of the water like they did in the group stage.
Yep, and unfortunately, that will be all the time we have for today, and that's going to be it for the main division of Australia for Phoenix Dota. So there's gonna be one more series gonna be played out. It's going to be in the Upper Australia division, if I'm not mistaken. It is
Yep.
AU
The grand
Rejects
final.
versus another Pigs team, the Science 5 Pigs. So it's gonna be the grand finals. Nonstop Bops is gonna be casting that one. Shout out to Nonstop, by the way. Really proud of how far you've come. But yeah, thank you for joining me, Glint. This is your one of the first time we cast, right?
Yeah, I've casted with Bops a couple times, but I'm just like offering a bit of help out because I love to see the community grow, right? I want to see all these grassroots players get their time in the sun and actually get to like enjoy Dota. And in Oz, we kind of like don't get anything casted in a lot of cases, and it's really a shame to see. People don't get like motivated. People don't get encouraged to actually learn and play more. So I'm very glad. Thank you for the opportunity for me to hop in, and I'm very glad that you've been doing a lot of good work casting. You haven't gone unnoticed. I'm sure so many people appreciate you.
Oh, thank you, Glint. And really, thank you for joining me, Glint. I'm really happy that you were able to do color commentating. You know, I didn't expect you to show up when I needed you the most, like the Avatar or something like that.
When he's needed, he comes. I'm glad I could help out. No, this has been a good series. I'm glad I got to see it. I wouldn't have seen it otherwise, so it gives
Yep.
me a good reason to be here. And honestly, once again, huge shout out to the players. Congratulations to Dusk Esports. They were some good victories. It's a shame we didn't get a little bit luckier on Little Pigs to make it a bit closer, but still, it's good to watch.
Yep, and that's gonna do it here for the broadcast. I've been Ano. That's been White Glint. Thank you for joining us, and tune in for next week, if I'm not mistaken, to watch Nonstop Bob's cast the final finals. The final finals. Try saying that a couple of times, but the final finals for Phoenix Dota, and I believe the league will go on a little bit of a break preparing for season 2. But yep, that's going to be it. Thank you everybody for joining.